Snake here with another figure review. As you can see, we have got the new Michael Bay Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie basic line of figures. What can I say about these? Now, before we get to go into the figures, let's go into the actual character designs. A lot of people have complained that they think it's horrible look, horrible representation, and that they're not a fan of it. Me personally, I actually really like how they look. I like that they've got some originality to them. I like how they've got a bit of dress. I don't want to say sense, but you know, they're actually wearing some clothes, which I think is good. It's a bit more realistic than just wearing like a belt. You know, if these guys truly did evolve into people shaped things, then they would need to cover up certain people shaped parts. That's all I'm saying. I like how they look, and I actually cannot wait to see the movie. Initially I was very hesitant, but the more I've seen of the trailers, I've now got to the point where I don't want to watch any more trailers, as I just want to watch the movie. So I am really looking forward to it. Might even do a review on it. Don't know. Moving on to the figures. Now, I wasn't thinking about doing all of them in one video, but I'm going to break it down into 5 separate videos. So we will start with Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, Leo. That was completely unintentional. Yeah, as though he's not my favourite turtle, he is the leader of the turtles, so I figured I would start with him. So, overall opinions about these figures. I think they are horrible. They really are, in my opinion, just bad figures. I apologise if you guys want a super saying how great your products are, but no, I think these are a massive letdown. Excluding firstly about their scale, as I only really go for 6 inches, and these guys are, Leonardo is only like maybe 4 3/4 inches. Their sculpting is actually really good. They've got a lot of details in there, and I'll zoom in and show that in a minute. So that's really good. But their paint apps lets them down quite a bit. There's a lot of bits missed out. But for me, it's just their articulation is terrible, especially their legs. It is really bad. Now, do a bit of size comparison. Usual suspects: Bucky Cap, Ultimate Captain America, Spider-Girl, Superior Spider-Man, Hyperion. And here we have a Series 1 Nickelodeon Michelangelo. He's the only unaltered Ninja Turtle that I actually have. And as much as I really don't want to bring them in, because I really just don't want to start the debate off again, here is my custom Leonardo. Now, while they are roughly the same size, and I know it sounds a bit hypocritical for me to complain about the height on this guy compared to the height on this guy, these turtles I wanted to be short, and I thought it's cool that turtles were short. From everything I've seen in the Bay movie, they are big and bulky and taller than most people. So griping about their scale aside, let's move on to their details. Now, Leonardo comes with 3 accessories. His twin sheath, which he just pegs out, and his 2 katana blade swords, which are identical and have absolutely no paint apps whatsoever. They're just a silver plastic. While I don't mind them, they are actually okay. Just they look a bit blah. They're just not long enough for me. But his sheath's actually quite well done. Nice details. Looks pretty good. And as you can see, 1, 2, and that just pegs in there. It's got a flat edge, so it only goes in one way, like that. It's snug, it's good, it looks fine. Let's take off to have a look at these details. Now, they've got a lot of texture from what I've seen in the trailers, and his arms is showing that really well. Torso a little bit, face not really much, but they've got lots of stuff on them, which I think is cool. I'm not sure what he has wrapped around his waist, kind of like his little skirt thing, but then he's got like armor pads in there. I mean, look, there's a bandage there going over his armor pad, so that should surely be white or grey or something, but it's green coloured. And then it looks like Leonardo is actually wearing like some Tabai boots, maybe. I'm not too sure. With green soles, interesting colour. But this is pretty good. This is just kind of like armour on his chest, I'm not sure. And there's this loose floaty scarf thing, which is it's quite cool actually. I'm not a big fan of these normally, but I think that looks pretty cool. It hangs quite nice as well. armour on his shoulders, his wrists. Pretty sure that's supposed to be the same colour as that. So I mean, this is what I'm saying about the paint apps is just a bit lazy. It's like the bandages, okay, they've painted half of it. And it looks like he's wearing a glove here, but you couldn't actually tell unless you look closely at the sculpt. They literally have gone for the bare minimum. Now I know these are cheap to be reproduced figures, but still, it's poor quality. There's quite a few figures out there of these that have actually just been repainted. I will not be doing that. Close up on the shell. That is pretty good. I'll give them that. That does look pretty good. It would be nice to have some bit of shading in it, but it does actually generally look good. Now I do have a custom idea for these. I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's going to be quite far down the line, so you'll have to wait and see for that, as I have loads in the process. Quickly, while I've got his swords, he does hold them quite nice. One of the gripes which a lot of people have had about these figures is they have no wrist articulation, which I agree, it's bad, especially as they're supposed to be like weapon posing characters. The good thing about Leonardo is his hands are kind of perched like that. He actually points his sword, and I think that's good. A lot of like Turtle figures in the past have him so they're kind of like he holds it like that. But for cool sword posings, you want them at an angle, so I do like that. And like I said, it does hold them fine. Okay, so articulation. The head is just on a ball, so you see it comes off just like that. Bandana is a separate piece, and it is a softer rubber. It doesn't really look like it's tied. It kind of looks like a cloth that's just around his head. So I think that's interesting. Like I said, this is a loose piece again, soft, it's quite good. So you don't really get much up and down in it, or pivot considering, so you just really get a rotation, and a weird rotation at that. Ah look, I can look over there by breaking my neck. Shoulders are on ball discs, they can go around 360. You are going to have to kind of work with the shell, but Leo's can go out that one on that side and that on this side. I'll show you them both as they've got different sculpts. And then we have my favourite joint in the world, a simple peg going in the arm, so you get a rotation of 360 degrees there, and then a bend, single bend in the elbow of that. You can rotate around and it will come out a bit further the more you go around, but it's not terrible. You can get it close to his, pretty close to his chest, so that's pretty good. The arm joints are not, they're not the best, but they're not the worst, you know, they're okay. That looks kind of weird. Absolutely nothing in the torso, nothing in the waist. The next joint we have are the hips. They are not T-cut, they are straight freaking up, pretty much. If I show you in there, if I can get the light in there. So as I can see that, but the camera can't. I don't know. So the peg is there, and it literally, the hinge goes forward and backwards like that. So you can hinge it forward to that. That is his Spartan, ladies and gentlemen. For a ninja character, he can bring his leg that far forward. Let's do splits. It doesn't go out. No, we have to rotate them out to the side, but due to the sculpt of all of this stuff on the back of his legs, it doesn't really want to rotate. So that's the best I can do for splits. You can then rotate the feet around, I guess, like that. So that's the best I can do for the splits. Terrible. Then we have the exact same as the elbow, peg going into the leg, so you can rotate that around 360 degrees. But the calves are all at kind of a bit of an off angle, so it's I find it very difficult to find anything that looks natural. Then a single bend in the knee of that, so nowhere near 90 degrees at all. Just terrible. And then nothing in the ankle. One final other gripe before I finish my video. They're quite difficult to stand. Although they do have quite large feet, the angle of the shins and the ankles just make them incredibly difficult to stand, especially Mikey and Don. I had a lot of trouble getting them guys just to stand up there. Anyway guys, that's my review. Sorry it was just a gripe, but I just, you know, I've got to be honest, I just do not think these are good figures. I would not recommend picking these up, and I don't think I've actually ever said that in any of my videos before. They're made by Playmates, but I honestly just do not think they're worth their money. Although they have done pretty well with the actual sculpt of these guys, their scale, their paint and their articulation has just let them down dramatically in my opinion. So again, I do apologise, this is somewhat of a gripey video, but I just cannot recommend these to you guys. Anyway, that's my review. Probably not going to like this one, but if you have enjoyed this video, please drop me a like. Please leave any comments down below, and as per usual, please subscribe, and I'll be catching you in the next one. Keep collecting guys, bye bye.